Okay, I have the jail Zoom 4 device logged into the meeting. I am sending you a request to start the video. You call the jail with the middle of the-
Hi, it's Kelly and Judge Sanders. We called over for Timothy Redis, and I think they might have him in a room, but the microphone is off and it's muted and the camera is off. Okay, well, if somebody if the judge can see the Zoom room, but the camera's off and the microphone is muted. Great, thank you. Bye.
Oh, hey, no, that's okay.
Okay, this is file 24-21908-FH, People of the State of Michigan versus Timothy Lee Redis. We are here today for arraignment on a request and warrant for probation violation. We are proceeding today by video conference. Sir, you are Timothy Lee Redis.
Yes, sir.
Have you received a copy of the request and warrant for probation violation?
No, sir.
All right, we'll send a copy of that, or we'll call the jail and ask them to bring you a copy of that. In the meantime, I will let you know that the request and warrant for probation violation alleges that you violated the terms of your probation on or about August 1st, 2025 by assaulting, intimidating, or threatening Jaden Smith and by being arrested for felony felonious assault. You had previously in this case been convicted of domestic violence third offense. The maximum possible punishment for that offense is up to 5 years in prison and or a $5,000 fine. You do have the ability to be represented by an attorney at this hearing today and at any other hearings that we have regarding this matter. If you can't afford an attorney, you can tell me that I'll appoint one for you from the public defender's office. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to be represented by an attorney?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to pay for your own attorney?
No, I don't.
Okay, I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you and put you in a breakout session with Ms. Underwood from the public defender's office right now.
Okay.
Okay, and Mr. Glazer, you're here for Mr. Causey?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, he is not logged in yet.
Okay.
We have Ms. Underwood and Mr. Reddish back from the breakout session. Ms. Underwood, do you know how Mr. Reddish would like to proceed today?
I do, Your Honor. Thank you. I would ask the court to enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Redis's behalf, Your Honor. I see that the underlying charge that is the genesis of this violation is scheduled for a bond hearing downstairs today, and the case has been assigned to Mr. Dager Margosian. So we would ask for an adjournment of this for 2 weeks, Your Honor, to see how the case proceeds in district court.
Okay, so 2 weeks would take us to November 5th. So I can set that for November 5th at 8:15 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And obviously enter a not guilty plea for Mr. Redis.
Yes.
All right, so we're all set for today, and we'll see you back, Mr. Redis, on November 5th.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And Rhonda, you have Timothy Kier.
I have Timothy Kier and Betty Sanchez.
Okay, could you call jail for Timothy Kier? Yes, fine.
iTunes, could we have Timothy Kier and Lenny Sanchez? Great, thank you. Bye.
Good morning, sir. Are you Mr. Causey? Yes. Okay. Mr. Glazer, are you going to need to speak to Mr. Causey?
Yeah, just very briefly, I guess.
Okay, Mr. Causey, you'll step outside. There's an iPad right outside the door, and we'll get you set up with a breakout session with Mr. Glazer. Okay, and Mr. Causey, I'm going to send you a request to unmute your device. Okay, and I will put you in a breakout session with Mr. Glazer right. Okay, Mr. Kier, do you need to, or I'm sorry, Ms. Underwood, do you need to speak to Mr. Kier? Ms. Underwood, are you there? Okay, Mr. Kier, Mrs. Underwood is, I think, stepped away from her device for a moment. As soon as she gets back, we'll get started. Mr. Kier is on Zoom. Do you need to speak to him?
I'm sorry.
Mr. Kier is on Zoom. Are you going to
Right.
talk to him?
I believe we're ready.
Okay. This is file 25-22274-FH People versus Timothy Allen Kier. We are here today for a sentencing hearing in this case, and we are proceeding today partially in person and partially by Zoom. Ms. Underwood, would you like to place your appearance on the record?
Rhonda Underwood for Mr. Kier this morning, Your Honor.
And sir, you are Timothy Allen Kier.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Kier, have you had an opportunity to read and review your pre-sentence report?
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to discuss that report with Ms. Underwood?
Yeah, I just got one question about the amount of time served that I'm getting.
I was going to address that with the judge, Mr. Kier.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Mr. Kier, are you satisfied with Ms. Underwood and the advice that she's given you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or the relevancy of any information that is in your pre-sentence report?
No, just what I was going to discuss with my attorney, but if she's already brought that up.
Okay. Ms. Underwood, does the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions in which there exist any known constitutional defects?
It does not, Your Honor.
And the probation officer has calculated the minimum sentencing guidelines in this case to be from 2 to 17 months. Do you agree with that computation?
We would agree with that.
And you had indicated, Ms. Underwood, that there was an issue with the jail credit. What is that?
Your Honor, here's the issue with the jail credit. I believe Mr. Kier was incarcerated in December when the charge was first instituted. So I think there's a couple weeks there.
Okay, we've got 22 days there.
Right. And then in May, Your Honor, Mr. Kier got picked up and was incarcerated through June. And I don't believe that is reflected.
Judge, that, I didn't count that because he got sentenced to 60 days for contempt of court on that, so that's why I didn't count that. So there's 49 days there, but he got sentenced to 60 days contempt of court, so I did not count that.
Okay. It does indicate that bond was revoked during that period. And so that being the case, I do think it would be appropriate to give him
I'm
credit.
sorry, Your
I'm
Honor.
sorry. I do think if bond was revoked, it is appropriate to give him credit for that time. You said that was 49 days?
Yes.
So we would be looking at a total of 109 instead of 60. Okay. Is there anything else then, Ms. Underwood, that you'd like to say on behalf of Mr. Kier before the court
Yes,
passes?
absolutely, Your Honor. It's been a very long road, Mr. Kier, Your Honor. But we've reached the point where there was a sentence, Kilgrew, to 6 months with credit for time served. Mr. Kier no longer has any probation in these courts, Your Honor. He has completed, this is his last charge. And we would ask the court to follow through with Kilgrew and give Mr. Kier 6 months with credit for the time served, Your Honor, and hope that Mr. Kier can get some help for both his health problems and the counseling I'm sure he recognizes he needs. Thank you, Your Honor.
Device on. Is your device on? I'm gonna echo. There's an echo.
Yeah, it's one of the jail devices.
Is it the jail? Because I can hear her. Okay. Okay.
Mr. Kier, is there anything you'd like to say on your own behalf before the court passes sentence?
No, Your Honor. Just
Okay.
been through a lot of stuff in my life, and I'm ready to move on.
All right. In determining the appropriate sentence in this case, the court has considered the seriousness of your offense, your history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what's been said on the record here today. The criterion reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offense, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, vindication for the law, and the protection of society. Mr. Kier is 32 years old, convicted in this case of possession of methamphetamine of less than 25 grams. He does have 10 prior felony convictions and 6 prior misdemeanor convictions. It also appears there are pending charges in a couple in Ohio and one in Jackson County. I think that it's obvious that Mr. Kier has a substance abuse problem that is detailed in the pre-sentence investigation report. There is a Killebrew agreement between the people and the defense that the sentence would be 6 months of jail and no probation. And at this point, the court's willing to follow that. I do share Ms. Underwood's hope, Mr. Kier, that you're able to get some help with both your physical health and the substance use issue. You know, obviously, I can't imagine that the substance use is doing anything but harming your physical health. So I hope that you're able to address that as well. It will be the sense of the court then that you serve 6 months in the Lenawee County Jail. You do have credit for 109 days served. You must pay a $130 crime victims fee and a $68 state cost. You do have the ability to request an appeal of your sentence. Mr. Kier will send to you at the jail 3 copies of the notice of right to appellate review and request for appointment of attorney form. You'll need to sign 1 copy of that, which indicates you received your copies of those forms. Return that to the court. If you want to appeal your sentence or conviction and have an attorney appointed for you to help you with that, you need to fill out the remaining portion of that form and mail it to the address listed in the form within 42 days. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I think we're all set for today then. So, Mr. Kier, you can let the officer with you know that you're done with court.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
No, I'm sorry.
Good luck, Mr. Kier.
I'm sorry, he does have a pending contempt, which I had forgotten about. I will dismiss that contempt based on the sentence the court has just passed. So we'll dismiss the contempt.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day, Miss Underwood, Miss Holly.
Okay,
Okay, and then Ms. Underwood, are you going to need to speak to Ms. Sanchez?
I don't believe I need to speak to her, Your Honor.
I think that's all I had, Judge.
All right, thank you, Ms. Holly. Okay, this is file 25-22309-FH and 25-22310-FH, People versus Betty Cole Sanchez. We are here for sentencing in this case, as well as sentencing on a failure to appear for a show cause or a bond violation. We are proceeding today, partially in person, partially by video conference. Ms. Underwood, would you like to place your appearance on the record?
Rhonda Dewey from Ms. Sanchez this morning, Your Honor.
And Miss, you are Betty Cole Sanchez?
Yes,
Ms. Sanchez, have you had an opportunity to read and review your pre-sentence report?
yes,
You had an opportunity to discuss that report with Ms. Underwood.
yes,
Are you satisfied with Ms. Underwood and the advice that she's giving you?
yes,
Do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any of the information that is in your pre-sentence report?
no,
Ms. Underwood, does the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions and risk there existing known constitutional defects?
It does not, Your Honor.
And the probation officer in this case has calculated the minimum sentencing guidelines to be 0 to 6 months. Do you agree with that computation and guidelines?
We do not wish to challenge those, Your Honor.
Okay. Before the court passes sentence, then, is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of Ms. Sanchez?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Sanchez apologizes both for the conduct that resulted in these charges, and she also apologized for getting off on the wrong foot with Ms. Walsh and the probation department, Your Honor. She knows she has to do what's required. And I've went through all the probation requirements with her, and she understands them and is eager to get on probation and start the upward trend in her life. She knows that she is kind of screwed up, and she wants to take care of that, Your Honor. So we would ask the court to place Ms. Sanchez on probation, Your Honor, in this matter.
Okay, Ms. Sanchez, is there anything you'd like to say on your own behalf before the court passes sentence? Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Sanchez, I muted your device. We were getting some feedback from that, so I'll send you a request to unmute.
No, I don't have anything to say.
All right. In determining the appropriate sentence in the case, then the court has considered the seriousness of your offense, your history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what's been said on the record here today. The criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offense, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, vindication for the law, and the protection of society. Ms. Sanchez is 38 years old, convicted in this case of possession of a controlled substance less than 25 grams, has no prior felonies, 1 prior misdemeanor. And there is obviously a history of substance abuse in this case. I do think, given that given her limited criminal history and the guidelines in this case, that the recommended sentence is appropriate, so I will follow that. It will be the sentence of the court, Ms. Sanchez, that you serve a period of probation for 18 months, subject to the following conditions. You must not violate any criminal law of any unit of government. You must not leave the state without the consent of the court. You must not use or possess alcoholic beverages or other intoxicants. You must not enter bars or other places where the primary purpose is to serve alcoholic beverages for drinking on site, unless the field agent has first given you written permission for your employment at a specific location. You must comply with the requirements of drug and alcohol testing as directed by your field agent. You must not attempt to submit any fraudulent or adulterated samples for testing. You must not hinder, obstruct, tamper, or otherwise interfere with the testing procedures, and you must present proper identification at the time of testing. You must not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia unless prescribed to you by a licensed physician, or be with anyone that you know to possess those items. You must complete outpatient or residential substance abuse treatment when you're referred by your field agent. You must use prescription drugs only as prescribed to you by your licensed physician. You must complete a substance abuse assessment when you're referred by your field agent. You must make a truthful report to your probation officer monthly, or as often as your probation officer may require, either in person, in writing, or as required by your probation officer. You must notify your probation officer immediately of any change of address or employment status. You must obey all court orders. You must not engage in any assaultive, abusive, threatening, or intimidating behavior. You must not have verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with anyone who is housed within an MDOC facility without permission of your field agent. You must not have verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with anyone that you know to be engaged in any violation of any criminal law of any unit of government. You You must not use any object as a weapon. You must not use, own, or have under your control or area of control any type or mutation of a weapon. And you must not be in the company of anyone that you know to possess those items. You must contact the supervising field agent no later than the first business day following your placement on probation or release from jail. You must comply with the written or verbal orders made by your field agent. You must allow your field agent into your residence at any time for probation supervision. You must submit to a search of your person and property, including but not limited to your vehicle, residence, and computer, without need of a warrant if your field agent has reasonable cause to believe that you have items which violate the terms of your probation. You must report any arrest or police contact, loss of employment, or change of residence to your field agent within 24 hours, weekends and holidays accepted. You must make genuine efforts to find and maintain legitimate employment for a minimum of 30 hours per week, unless engaged in an alternative program approved by your field agent. You must provide ongoing verification or employment of your alternative program to your field agent. You shall not give reason to be terminated or voluntarily terminate your employment or alternative program unless you first obtain written permission from your field agent. You must pay a crime victims assessment in the amount of $130, a $30 per month supervision fee. That would be increased to $60 per month if electronic monitoring is ordered. That's not being ordered at this time. You must pay a $750 court cost, a $68 state cost, and a $60 DNA fee. You do have the ability to request an appeal of your sentence. Ms. Sanchez, we're going to send to you 3 copies of a notice of right to appellate review and request for appointment of attorney form. There'll be actually a set of 3 for each file. When you get those, you need to sign 1 copy for each file, and that just indicates that you received your copies of those forms. If you want to appeal your sentence and have an attorney appointed for you to help you with that, you need to fill out the remaining portion of the form and mail that to the address listed in the form within 42 days. Do you understand all of that, Ms. Sanchez?
Yes, I understand.
All right. With respect to the contempts, it appears that Ms. Sanchez's bond was revoked back on September 18th, giving her 36 days of credit for that. I am going to sentence Ms. Sanchez to 36 days in Lenawee County Jail with credit for 36 days served with respect to the contempts.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, does Ms. Walsh want Ms. Sanchez, the minute she gets out, to come to your office? She should be getting
No,
out.
she can come see me Tuesday morning at 9.
Okay.
Tuesday morning?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, so Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Ms. Sanchez, then you are all set. You can let the officer with you know that you're done with court for today.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck, Betty.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that's my docket for today.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Underwood. We're all set.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Walsh. Okay, and Mr. Glazer, are you ready to proceed with Mr. Causey?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is file 25-22351-FH, people of the state of Michigan versus Jonah Brennan Causey. We are here today for sentencing in this case. We are proceeding partially in person and partially by video conference. Mr. Glazer, would you like to place your appearance on the record?
John Glazier on behalf of Mr. Causey.
And sir, you are Jonah Brennan Causey?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Causey, have you had an opportunity to read and review your pre-sentence report?
I did look over it. I didn't read through it thoroughly, but I did read over it.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you have an opportunity to do that though?
Yeah, I read over it.
Okay. Have you had an opportunity to discuss the report with Mr. Glazier?
Yeah, we discussed it.
Okay. Do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any information that is in your pre-sentence report?
No, but I did write an explanation for you.
Okay, I'll give you a chance to go over that in just a moment. I've got to go through some other things first.